5 years when it was first launched.
Only 5 years?
However, both Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are still on the move, gathering...
Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to watch Voyager 1 just sent out a terrifying message from space. And like Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, we know those are the Voyagers that have been sent out and they are just roaming around in space, or they are just going away and away, far away from Earth. And I don't think so any one of them are in contact with the Earth. But they sent some very, I think so, thin messages. And what are those terrifying messages? Because we know that there are some people, or there are some or the other aliens living around the world, so there might be someone who might have get access to it, or what it is. So it is very interesting to see what are these terrifying messages.
Seriously, I'm always having curiosity for the space. I don't know why, but from my childhood I'm having a curiosity about space, and I just want to know what is going on in space. And I'm so much excited to also watch this video. And yes, I do believe that there are other creatures also in the space, and I do believe that they are more powerful from us. And and there are a lot of videos in YouTube where they show that this creature do look like this, and they are very bulky, they have a very large size. I don't know, and they will if they will contact us, then they definitely will attack us. So there are this kind of rumors in the YouTube. And yeah, I'm so much excited to watch this video and also to know that what kind of message they sent to us. So yeah, let's watch the video.
Yes, and if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's watch this video.
We're never going to stop exploring the unknown in air and space.
Voyager, in some very real sense, is material that's not from the medium in which it finds itself.
Carrying the first of 2 Voyager spacecraft
Voyager 1, 1977, Voyager
farther
2.
into the solar system than ever before.
The Earth may be a massive and beautiful place, but in comparison to the rest of the universe, it is but a speck. Ever since human technology made it possible to launch rockets and satellites into space, people have had an insatiable desire to learn more and more about the mysteries of the universe. How do we go about it? Well, with the Voyagers delivering us information to process. And well, it's just sent us a dreadful warning, and it's about to change everything.
Whoa.
Join with us as we analyse all that the Voyager has discovered up to this point, along with the terrifying message and what it might mean for the future.
My God.
For almost 45 years, the Voyager missions have been an integral part of space exploration, providing some of the very first and most significant glances into the true state of our solar system. Yet these missions were never intended to survive this long when the first plans for the probe were carried out. The idea to send out probes in the 1970s was created out of sheer accident when Michael Minovich realized that a spacecraft could piggyback on the velocity of a planet and catapult further out into the solar system.
Yes.
According to NASA officials, the Voyager mission was planned to last 5 years when it was first launched.
Only 5 years?
However, both Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are still on the move, gathering crucial scientific data from the deepest reaches of space. In the summer of 1977, the 2 spacecrafts launched within weeks of each other. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were designed to explore Jupiter and Saturn. Both spacecraft successfully carried out studies of those planets. Later, Voyager 2 completed the first ever close observations of Uranus in 1986 and Neptune in 1989. The flyby trips involving the 4 planets became known as the Voyager Grand Tour. After that, the 2 spacecrafts embarked on a new mission to explore distant reaches of space. NASA revealed in 2013 that Voyager 1 had crossed the boundaries separating our solar system from interstellar space. The term interstellar means between stars. According to scientists, interstellar space begins where the sun's continual flow of particles and magnetic field cease. According to NASA, Voyager 2 eventually entered interstellar space in 2018. At the moment, the spacecraft was 17.7 billion kilometers from the Sun. So far, the Voyagers are the only spacecraft that have explored interstellar space. The 2 explorers investigated how the interstellar medium interacts with solar wind, the Sun's continual flow of charged particles. They have also supplied information about the heliosphere, which is a protective bubble that surrounds our solar system. The solar wind creates the heliosphere, which is moulded and changed by interstellar circumstances. The actual border of the solar system, the place where solar wind ends and interstellar space begins, is called the heliopause. According to NASA, the Voyager spacecraft has supplied fresh knowledge about interstellar space. They discovered, for example, that cosmic rays are approximately 3 times more intense beyond the heliopause than deep within the heliosphere. Scientists merged Voyager findings with data from subsequent missions to obtain a more complete picture of our Sun and how the heliosphere interacts with interstellar space, as per NASA. Last year, scientists announced that Voyager 1 had recorded a humming noise that was linked to waves identified in minuscule amounts of gas found in the near emptiness of interstellar space. Nicola Fox, the director of NASA's Heliophysics Division in Washington, D.C., stated in a statement that the Voyager's missions had supplied significant information about the Sun and the Sun's influence throughout the solar system. Over the last 45 years, the Voyager missions have been critical in providing this knowledge and have changed our understanding of the Sun and its influence in ways that no other spacecraft can, Fox continued. Each Voyager is powered by a plutonium-based thermoelectric power system. As the plutonium breaks, the heat production decreases and the Voyagers lose power. To compensate, NASA stated that the team turned off all non-essential and several originally considered necessary systems. These include heaters that safeguard still operational instruments from the intense cold of space. However, the space agency states that all 5 instruments have had their heaters turned off since 2019 and are still operational.
Wow.
NASA experts are still puzzled as to how Voyagers can continue to operate in temperatures well below what they were built for.
Actually,
Scientists have also detected something weird going on in the solar system's outskirts.
What is that?
The heliopause, which is the barrier between the heliosphere and the interstellar medium, appears to be rippling and creating oblique angles in an unexpected way.
what?
The general concept that the heliopause changes shape is not new. Over the past decade, researchers have determined that it is not static. They made this discovery using data from the only 2 spacecraft to leave the heliosphere thus far, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, as well as NASA's Interstellar Boundary Explorer IBEX satellite, which studies the emissions of energetic neutral atoms, ENAs, produced when solar winds and the interstellar medium interact. The Voyager spacecraft provide the only direct in situ measurements of the locations of these boundaries, but only at one point in space and time. Eric Zernstein, a space physicist at Princeton University, wrote in an email to Vice. IBEX helps round out that data. Scientists have used the data to develop models that forecast how the heliopause will change in the future. In a nutshell, solar winds and the interstellar medium push and pull on each other to form a constantly shifting boundary. However, recent heliopause research has revealed data that contradicts prior findings. IBEX documented the brightening of ENAs that suggested asymmetries in the heliopause over a period of many months in 2014, and the scientists later found such asymmetries were incongruent with the models, Vice reported. Furthermore, scientists observed that the heliopause shifted substantially in a relatively short amount of time after studying data from Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. That explains why there was such a significant gap between the 2 probes' entries into interstellar space in 2012 and 2018 respectively. However, the heliopause's movement also contradicts the theories. The researchers called these disparities intriguing and potentially controversial in an article published October 10 in the journal Nature Astronomy. They intend to continue investigating the heliopause in the hopes of gaining more information from NASA's Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe, a new and improved satellite that can detect ENAs and is set to debut in 2025, according to Zernstein.
Nice.
We can only speculate on this odd occurrence occurring in the ghostly depths of the solar system till then.
Yes.
In the middle of May, the Voyager 1 onboard system that is responsible for keeping its high-gain antenna pointed at Earth and is known as the Attitude, Articulation and Control System, or AACS, started beaming home confusing jumbles of data rather than typical reports about the spacecraft's health and status. From our vantage point, it seemed as though the spacecraft had developed a condition similar to an electronic aphasia, a condition that results in the impairment of one's ability to speak fluently. It's possible that the data were generated at random, or that they don't reflect any probable state at all, according to NASA's explanation in a statement from the time the AACS could be in. Even more perplexing for the engineers was the fact that despite the strange status updates from the spacecraft, Voyager 1 looked to be in excellent condition. The radio signal coming from the ship is still strong and consistent, which indicates that the antenna is still aimed at Earth and is not in the configuration that the AACS claimed it wasn't to NASA. Similarly, the science systems on Voyager 1 continued to collect and transmit data as usual, despite the fact that the AACS was experiencing the same strangeness. Furthermore, whatever was wrong with the AACS did not trigger a fault protection system that is designed to put the spacecraft into safe mode whenever there is a glitch. Fortunately, NASA engineers identified the problem and were able to implement a solution. It was discovered that the AACS had begun delivering its telemetry data through an onboard computer that had stopped functioning many years earlier. All NASA engineers had to do was issue the command to the AACS to utilize the right computer to send its data home, because the dead computer damaged all of the outgoing data. The next challenge will be determining what prompted the AACS to swap systems in the first place. According to NASA, the system most likely received an incorrect command from another onboard computer. While they claim it is not a serious concern for Voyager 1's well-being at the moment, the underlying culprit must be located and rectified to prevent future strangeness.
Yes.
Voyager 1 has spent the last decade drifting in interstellar space, beyond the reach of our sun's magnetic field. The field shielded the craft from cosmic rays and other interstellar radiation in the same way that Earth's magnetic field shields us from high-energy particles and radiation from the sun. When one of those high-speed energetic particles strikes a computer chip, it can cause minor memory errors that mount up over time, and it's realistic to expect that to be a concern for Voyager 1's onboard computers as well. A mystery like this is sort of par for the course at this stage of the Voyager mission, said Susan Dodd, project manager for Voyager 1 and 2, in a statement. Both spacecraft are about 45 years old, which is much beyond what the mission plan has expected. We are also in interstellar space, which has a high radiation environment that no spacecraft has ever flown in before.
Wow.
The journeys that these spacecrafts have taken up to this point have been remarkable.
What an informative and interesting video it was. Seriously, it gave me a lot of information. I didn't know that the scientists sent the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 just for 5 years, but I got to know that it is rotating in the solar system from last 45 years, and which is large number, and basically it is doing a lot of things for the mankind, and it gives information about the sun, basically the rays and the gases. So we have to say that Voyager 1 is playing a very important role in our solar system, and it is one of the best invention of the mankind, of the scientists. And seriously, I like the whole video, and yeah, I got a lot of information from it. And seriously, I didn't have an idea about that gas which they basically talked about. I didn't have idea about that, and they basically in this video they told us that what happened with the Voyager 2, but we also got to know that Voyager 1 is still in the space, and it is still protecting us the way the earth protect us from the rays of the sun. It is also protecting us from the rays.
And this video was actually mind-boggling, because the thing was, like, the terrifying message was that okay, it is not functioning properly and it has broken its AACS. And the thing was, everybody was, I think so, somewhat freaked about, but they were like, okay, we just planned it for 5 to 10 years, and now it has gone for 40 years. It is too much only, and it has to be like has a problem with it, because the thing is, because it is now a part of it, because most of the systems are now stopped, and like it is just only going with the help of the gravitational force, and flowing, and we don't know for how much time it will be stay in contact with us. Like, there could be some time that it might not even be stay in contact with us. And also thing was, the terrifying message could also be like, okay, that there are some other people who are contacting with us, but that is, I think so, too far away, because all the other galaxies are about 4 to 5 light years away from us, and it will take a lot of time to reach, for Voyager to reach them. And it also has some CDs. I have seen that, okay, it has some CDs and things for other people to see if they eventually find Voyager 1. So it will be very, very interesting. Expecting it like if for 2,000-3,000 years afterwards, what will happen? Like people might come to us and they might talk to us, but we will not be alive to see that. So how did you guys find this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.